court has had the opportunity to review the evidence and testimony that was presented at trial, the victim impact statements presented here today, the statements of character witnesses, both orally and in writing, Dr. Harper's report and testimony, the defendant's testimony, pre-sentencing investigation, the arguments of the state and the arguments of the defense. Court pronounces sentence as follows. Ms. Boone, court sentences you to life in the Department of Corrections with credit time served that Madam Clerk will provide to you momentarily. There are also court costs and costs of prosecution, which Madam Clerk will give you the totals of momentarily. Due to the court levying a life sentence, the court is inclined to liquidate those to a civil judgment unless I hear opposition from the state.
No opposition, Your Honor.
All right. Madam Clerk, if you could please give us the credit time served and the court costs, please.
4 years, 9 months, and 8 days. And the court costs are $418, a state prosecution fee of $100, a dirt fee of $50, and a fee of, excuse me, you're not screwed.
I'm right.
So the total would be, will come up to $618.
All right, ma'am, the court costs and costs of prosecution are $618. Those will be liquidated to a civil judgment. You will be given credit time served of 4 years, 9 months, and 8 days. You will have 30 days from today to appeal the judgment and sentence in writing. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided to you. I'm going to have the courtroom deputy provide you the paperwork. Because you've been incarcerated for the last 58 some odd months, the court is going to declare that you are indigent in this matter. I cannot appoint the public defender to represent you as they are conflicted out. Similarly, I cannot appoint the regional conflict counsel to represent you for the same reasons. The clerk will appoint an attorney from the conflict wheel who specializes in appellate litigation. And again, you'll have 30 days from today to appeal that judgment and sentence in writing. Do you have any questions for me? You will now be remanded into the custody of the Orange County Jail to transfer you to the Department of Corrections, and I wish you the best of luck.
You had the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questionings if you wish. All right. You good, dude?
Good evening. Hello. 12/10/2024. It is 7 o'clock at night here, and I am so late getting this video out. I was out hanging out with my nanny today. She's 92, so any day with nanny's a good day. So please accept my full apology for being late. Last we left off, we were on page 60 of our 84-page inmate behavior notes with the all-forgiving Sarah Boone. We're going to jump right into it. Let me get this up here just a little bit. And I know I've been kind of silly through the whole thing, which Sarah Boone's attitude and everything Sarah Boone warrants that. And I will continue to do so until we get through the notes. I know, I'm sorry. I said I was running behind. I'm going. I have comments come in and going, what are you doing? Where are you at? And I would have done this live, but I just feel like I kind of want to do it justice. And if I do it live, then I'm going to want to talk to each and every single one of you that comes in. But I will do a live. I will do a live soon on one of these days. Anyway, I've been kind of a little bit just a little bit lighthearted about the whole situation. And as you watch the sentencing just now, we have to take into account that George's family was and will be, continue to be, and always will be very affected by the things that happened with their family member. George is no longer with us. He's never coming back. And even though we make light of Sarah and her antics and what she does, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that his family was re-victimized every single day that he was that they were subjected to be in court with this woman who knew that she could have taken a plea deal, opted in for that, and kept the family from being re-victimized for the weeks of court, just so that she could get a word in edgewise, just so she could get what she needed to say out there. So that being said, depending on whether we get through the 24 pages or not in this video, which I don't think we will, I do plan on playing both the 911 call, which is 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. And the last thing I'm going to do on this case, um, within the behavior notes part of this, is I'm going to play the suitcase video. And those are the two videos that I want to play before I end this series. And then I'm going to take a poll with you guys and see what you guys want to pick up on next, because I do have, like I said, I have a couple of FOIAs coming out. I did a video on Jason Thornburg. I do have a FOIA coming out for that one. And I also have one for another girl. And I don't want to reveal too much about it until I get the case is very, very heavy. And I want to read through all of the notes and make sure that I can do it justice. But the long and short of it is that she smothered 3 of her children. And she's been sentenced, and all of the things are done in that case. And so I FOIA'd that, and I'm waiting for that to come in. It's coming in on a USB, so it was a pretty big case. And there's a couple of other things, and I've seen a couple of requests. You guys in the comments, let me know what it is that you'd like to see, what else you'd like to see. I love reading over the notes. I can find lots and lots of documents. I have tons of Sarah's letters that I can read. I'm going to try to FOIA the 74-page letter that the doctor mentioned up on stand. I would love to see that letter where she goes through great detail of the things that have happened with her. But anyway, I digress. You guys in the comments, let me know what it is that you'd like to go over, what kind of cases you see, so that we can continue on, because I'm having a lot of, I'm already going through withdrawal symptoms, because it's only December the 10th, and as of yesterday, from what I could tell from the Orange County and from the Bureau of Prisons, she hasn't moved over to Lowell yet, so we don't have any updated notes. Now there may be some for after sentencing, and I'll look into that, but there really hasn't been that much date there between the date of sentencing and now. It hasn't been long enough probably for there to be any relevant. Now I don't know, Sarah Boone's a little bit messy, so there may be, but I could be wrong. Anyway, where we last left off at, we had a negative officer contact on 9/19 of 2023, and I'm going to read this again just so that we remind ourselves what it was she was hoarding: 15 paper clips, 30 pieces of cheese, 3 empty brown bags, 10 pieces of bread, which you guys have informed me, and I have learned of as of late, that these pieces of bread might be used in a little jail hooch. 10 spoons, 6 bra straps. Nobody told me anything about the bra straps. I'm still at a loss on that one. People are wondering if these cheeses are individually wrapped or if they are individual pieces of cheese that could begin spoilage rather rapidly. The paper clips, the only thing that I could come up with was that she just does a thing for them. I don't know. An extra pillow, 10 cups, 6 whole gloves, and 40 cut up gloves. Guys, this is what I was told in the comments section. These 6 whole gloves and the 40 cut up gloves might be used during smexy time, or to be used somewhat of a barrier, or a version of a condom, if you will, or a condom of female to female interaction type thing. 20 clear bags. I can't attest to it. I'm just saying the comments enlightened me and opened my eyes to that. So 20 clear bags, several pieces of blue tape, 12 empty chip bags, 7 empty bottles were all found in her possession. They questioned her about it. Oh, and it says inmate Pena. I was also informed that inmate Pena is likely the girlfriend, and she was also at sentencing, and I believe spoke on the on Boone's behalf, and I didn't realize that that was the same person. So there you go. Inmate Pena, yes, she was nice to me. She was a great girl, blah, blah, blah. I did not go back over the testimony of that witness because whoever testified on behalf of Sarah Boone, I really don't care about. Sorry, not sorry. All right, page 60. Let's move on. 10/6 of 2023, informational purposes only. Inmate Boone Sarah, 205623, refused her medical appointment scheduled for October 6, 2023. This is written for informational purposes only. Refused her medical appointment. 10/12, 10/13, and 10/26, right before Halloween, again, refused her breakfast trays. 10/27, positive officer contact. Oh, get the claps out. Get your claps out. Inmate Boone is always willing to help with whatever needs to be done in the dorm. She helped the dorm trustee with laundry and food service today. Good job, Sarah. Good job. Good job. 10/29, inmate refused breakfast. 10/30, which is the day before Halloween of 2023 at 5:33 a.m., inmate was out to court. 11/2, 11/3, and 11/11, she refused breakfast. 11/11, 2023 at 6:03 p.m. Positive officer contact. Inmate Boone was an excellent fill-in inmate worker for the dorm today, maintaining its cleanliness. She took the initiative to carry out necessary duties without being told. She's a great helper. Mercy. Mercy, mercy. Okay. Clappity clap, Sarah. Clappity clap. Good job for you. 11/12, refused breakfast. 11/13, informational refused breakfast. 11/14, 2023 at 12:38 a.m. Negative officer contact. Dang it. On this day of Tuesday, November 14th, 2023, inmate Boone Sarah was issued a personal hygiene razor. Inmate Boone returned the razor completely intact and unaltered. All appears secure. This notation is for informational purposes only. Well, then why is it a negative, Mary? Do you have it out for Sarah or what? Are you trying to get her charged for some razor issues when they're intact and unaltered, Mary? And here I was saying that Mary was quite the little author when it came to her entries. I've Mary, that's not okay. 11/19 of 2023, 10:54 p.m. Inmate Boone expressed to me that she would like to speak to a supervisor. Can I speak to the manager, Karen? Oh, God. Inmate Boone expressed to me that she would like to speak to a supervisor regarding an issue with another officer. Upon Corporal Milholm completing his supervisory tour, he spoke with Inmate Boone and resolved the issue. This is for informational purposes only. What was the issue? Miss Jones. Miss Lanaya Jones. Could we have a little more detail, please? Right now, Sarah Boone's inmate behavior notes are live. Could we please have a little more detail? Excuse me. We're almost at Christmas again. Look at that. 11/23, 12/2, 12/4, 12/5, 12/9, 12/15, and 12/23. Inmate refused breakfast. Page 62. Don't be cheating. Don't be looking down there. 10/24. Refused breakfast. Merry Christmas, Sarah. Merry Christmas. 12/25 of 2023 at 5 a.m. She refused breakfast on Christmas. I'm sure she had other things to eat that day. 12/27, 2023. Razor returned intact. 1/2 of 2024, one day after New Year's. Happy New Year, Sarah. Inmate refused breakfast. 1/4, 2024, 1/5, and 1/7. Inmate refused breakfast. 1/9 of 2024 at 2:30 p.m. She had a negative officer contact with Ethel McCullen while conducting the mail cart. Legal mail. Inmate Boone received legal mail, which had to be split in 3 different stacks. We're in 2024, people. 1/9 of 2024. This is not that long ago. Still acting a fool. Anyway, I'm sorry. It just struck me that we were in 2024. While conducting the mail cart, legal mail, Inmate Boone received illegal mail, which had to be split in 3 different stacks. I explained the mail cart process to Inmate Boone and that I would be splitting her papers up in 3 stacks due to the size. All pages were scanned and printed. It should be noted that one of the pages in the second stack of papers became jammed in the printer. I proceeded to clear the jam of one piece paper document. I proceeded to rescan and reprint the second stack of papers that had the jam document. Inmate Boone then states, "How do I know I received all of my papers?" I stated to her, "I rescanned and reprinted the entire stack of papers, therefore you have all of your papers." Inmate Boone then proceeded to say, "Well, how do I know that the papers are in order?" I told Inmate Boone that I had her place her I told Inmate Boone that I had her place her papers and documents facing downwards. You watched me take, scan, and print 3 stacks of paper in the order leading from the back to the front of the stacks of papers. I showed Inmate Boone the front and back pages of each stack of papers so that she could see what order the papers were in. Inmate Boone was not satisfied. Inmate Boone did not want me to shred the original copies of her mail. Inmate Boone began to sort her papers out on the mail cart. I instructed Inmate Boone to return to her dorm to sort out the papers. Inmate Boone stated, "Are you really going to shred my original copy?" I told her, "Yes, that's part of the mail cart process." Inmate Boone was upset and does not appear to understand the mail cart process. All original pages were shredded. Okay, so I'm going to try to make an assumption based on a person who's never been in jail. So, could the original copies have like stuff on them, like have been like dipped or something, maybe in uh, drugs, some kind of like acid or something? I don't know much but about that, but I'm wondering if is that what happens when she gets legal mail? I mean, obviously it's illegal mail, but could that be why? So they just decide to put them through a little machine and I don't know. I don't know what the process is. Somebody let me know. I'm sure you guys are so smart out there. I'm sure somebody knows way more than I do about that process. 1/10/2024, inmate refuses her breakfast tray. We're going to page 63 now. Okay. I am going to pull this up and we're going to listen to the first part of the 911 call. Trigger warning, and I am going to put a banner up. All of this content falls under fair use. The disclaimers for purposes of letting you guys know that this falls under fair use for criticism, commentary, entertainment, and research. Everything that you hear in these videos are my opinions, they're just mine. And this is a trigger warning. This is a very delicate subject. And even though we do have humor throughout these videos, I definitely want to make it known that I have immense respect for the families of the victim. And I like to keep those in mind as we go here, okay? All right, here we go.
911, what is the location of your emergency? 4748 France Court, apartment 3.
4748, what's the street name?
France, FRANTZ.
And the apartment number?
3.
Is this a police or medical?
My boyfriend is dead.
Did you hear how she said that? She said fire or medical, and she said, my boyfriend is dead. That was all she said. It didn't seem. Did you hear any concern in her voice? I know it's hard to judge somebody by phone, but I surely did not hear the amount of concern that I would assume you would hear out of somebody. She could very well have been in shock.
Okay, send the line for the fire department. Do not hang up.
Fire rescue. So location, Mercy.
That's 32.
No, please don't leave.
4748 France Lane, apartment 3,
France Court.
France Court.
Yes.
Okay, is this near Mackenzie Drive?
I don't know where that is.
Did you hear her scream, "No, don't leave"? So I'm going to make the broad assumption that she's talking to Brian Boone in the background, only because between the time that she called him that he called her in the morning, she returned his phone call where she informed him of George's passing. He told her to call the police. Then a second time, after he hadn't shown up within the 5 or 6 minute period that she had wanted to, she called him again. Again, he asked her if she'd call the police. She said no. He asked her to call the police. The third time, he was actually on scene. Apparently, he stepped into the scene, saw George's legs, and came back out of the house. He said he didn't get past the front door, just like the little entryway. Came back out of the home and then proceeded to tell her again, "You need to call the police." So apparently she got her pack of cigarettes and her Dr. Pepper, went to the back porch to smoke and call the police. And now if I'm wrong, correct me. That's just what I remember from all of that. Now, if that's wrong, we could go over any of that, but that's what I remember kind of,
Okay, fine, okay.
It's Hillwood Park Apartments.
Okay, 4748 France, correct?
Correct.
All right, correct. Now tell me exactly what happened there.
My boyfriend and I were playing last night, and I put him in his case and we were playing. And
Okay.
like kind of hiding.
Okay, so did you hear what she said? I'm going to go back just enough.
I put him in his case and we were playing.
I put him in a suitcase and we were playing.
And I put him in his case and we were playing. And
Okay.
like kind of hide and seek kind of thing. So I fell asleep and I woke up and he was dead in the suitcase. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Right, okay, what's your apartment number?
3.
Apartment 3?
She sounds more annoyed that they're asking her than empathetic, right? 3, like I've already told you 3 times. Don't you freaking get it?
Yes, like he has like blood coming out of his mouth, and I don't know if like he had like an aneurysm or like what happened.
Right, okay, all right, okay. Listen, we're getting help out there too. All right, okay. Okay,
And now?
okay, yeah, man, listen, we're on our way out there. You're at 407-716-8684. Okay, is he hanging from somewhere or what, ma'am?
No, I pulled him out of the suitcase. I tried giving him.
Why would this dispatcher assume that he was hanging from somewhere? Had he been listening to this lady, she told him that I put him in a suitcase from the very beginning. So why is the dispatcher so detached from the call that he can't remember what she said? We're only 2 minutes in. So she just barely said that like less than 45 seconds ago.
CPR.
Okay, so he was in a suitcase?
Yes, and I fell asleep.
Okay, how old is the
42.
boyfriend, ma'am? 42-year-old male. All right. Okay, we're sending help out there. Sheriff's Office anyway out there?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry?
Yeah, okay. All right, listen to me. Okay, I just need to confirm this. No, right, I understand. I just need to confirm this. Is he awake at all? Is he conscious at all?
No, he's purple.
Is he breathing?
No.
All right. I need you to get him on the floor, flat on his back for me, okay?
I did. I tried giving him CPR.
All right.
I tried giving him CPR.
Yeah, okay.
But nothing happened. He's purple.
Okay, listen to me. If there's a defibrillator available, I need you to get it for me, okay?
Is there a defibrillator? I need you to get it for me.
You have an AED available?
No.
All right. Do you right by him now?
I'm sorry?
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am, listen.
So she's telling this person that he is in rigor mortis.
Are you right by him now?
This is the worst. I'm sorry, but these are the worst freaking captions I have ever seen. And then during the time of the ringing, it said applause. Like there was no applause. Like, dude, calm down.
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his.
In rigor mortis. He's in rigor mortis.
Are you right by him now?
Yes.
Okay. Lay him flat on his. Okay, ma'am, listen. So this is he cold and stiff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he's not necessarily cold, but he's stiff. And
Right.
he's
Okay.
purple.
All right. Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to lay him flat on his back.
She. What do you guys think? I find this guy annoying. Listen. You ask her a question, she's answering the question, and then you're basically interrupting and telling her to listen. Now, I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy whatsoever for Sarah Boone, but come on, guy, if you did that to me, I'd be like, shut up, I'm trying to tell you something. Now, I know he's trying to get information, but obviously, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm short-tempered when it comes to that, but I find him a little annoying.
For me on the floor.
I did.
Removing the pillows. Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay.
He's stiff and purple.
Right. Okay. Listen. Okay, man. That's fine. We're still going to do compressions on him. Okay. All right. Please.
He's stiff and purple. That's fine, ma'am. That's okay. That's fine. It's fine, ma'am.
Love your hand on his breastbone, right in the center of the chest, right between the nipples.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Baby, I'm telling you. Just by looking at him, you can tell.
Okay. And
Please. Okay, he just gurgled.
okay. Listen to me. All right. I want you to place the heel of your hand. Okay, right between his chest, right between his breastbones.
Yes.
Put your other hand on top of that hand.
Yes,
We want to pump his chest to me hard and fast, going to this twice per second.
Okay. Jeez. I did not realize how hard it was to listen to that call because I had not analyzed it like this. It's just kind of you hear it in court and you just kind of listen to how things were and you don't really think about, dissecting that until you get down into these deep dives and then you're just like, "What? What did he say? What did he say that for? What did she say?" And then he gurgled. I didn't hear anything in the background, particularly in that. I have headphones on, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. But she did scream like a little girl, didn't she? Okay, 1/13/2024 at 5:45 a.m., as well as 1:14 and 1:15, inmate is refusing her breakfast tray. 1/21/2024, positive officer in contact with Marcy. Inmate Boone has been a tremendous help throughout this entire weekend. I did read a comment. Actually, I've read 2 or 3 comments that said that this particular person, she might have some reason to try to get on her side, or that she's either easily manipulated or Sarah really liked this person. She seems to volunteer on the days that Marcy's there, it looks like. Inmate Boone has been a tremendous help through this entire weekend. She willingly offered to assist with cleaning with the dorm in any area needed. I specifically requested that she conducts the cleaning, although I have a dorm worker, because she has a unique way of keeping everything organized, and there is no confusion during the process. Inmate Boone voluntarily cleaned the drainage ducts on the A and B recreation yard and removed all the clutter. She assisted with lunch and dinner the entire weekend, and it's just a very pleasant help throughout the process. Inmate Boone is very respectful and is always polite when engaging staff. For her hard work and dedication through the process, she has earned this positive. Come on, Sarah, clappy clap. I swear I'm gonna have to get a clap. Jeez. Y'all don't want me getting the soundboard out. I have way too much fun with the soundboard. 127, 128, 129, refused breakfast tray. 1/29/2024, 9:23 p.m., refused shower. 1/30/2024 at 12:57 a.m., razor inspected, returned intact. 1:31 refused breakfast, and 2/3/2024 again refused shower. Page 64. 2/4/2024 refused breakfast. 2/4/2024 refused shower. 2/7, 2/8, 2/14 refused breakfast. 2/22 razor returned intact. 2/22 and 2/22 and 3/7 Boone did not eat breakfast. 3/7/2024 at 2:49 p.m. Informational purposes only. Inmate requested to join Into Work program as seen in the most recent inmate newsletter via IRF. Inmate will be notified that accelerated trainings are only available to sentenced inmates and that Into Work is not available to female inmates, but that she may request to join an improved program if interested. So she wanted to join the Into Work program, and there was apparently a newsletter, an inmate newsletter, and it was only available to sentenced inmates. Of course, in March she was not sentenced, and that it was not available for females. But they may have other stuff that she could do, other jobs. 3/14/2024 and 3/21/2024 inmate refused breakfast. Oh, and 3/28 as well. Moving on to page 65, we're now down on April 1st. April Fool's Day of 2024, the razor was returned intact. 4/28, 5/7, 5/17, inmate refused breakfast. On 5/26/2024, inmate refused a shower. 6/5/2024, razor was issued and returned intact. 6/16, refused breakfast. 6/23 refused shower. 6/30 refused breakfast. 7/2 of 2024 at 8:52 p.m. Informational purposes only. During a shakedown of B dorm, Officer Wallace found an extra set of blues, pens, and extra towel. They did not issue her a negative on that, however. She did put it down as informational purposes only. Interesting. Okay, we're down on July 3rd of 2024 at 3:40 a.m. Inmate Boone was instructed to remove her court documents out of property drawer for bunk number 5. She was keeping some of her documents in there, knowing that on a previous dorm shakedown, she got in trouble for doing the same thing. I gave Inmate Boone a directive to remove all of her property out of the drawer and place it in her own drawer. After completion of the dorm shakedown, Inmate Boone was told to place some of her things in property if she could not keep them in her own property drawer. They did not issue her a negative on that, however. 7/11/2024 refused breakfast. 7/15 of 2024, 10:37 a.m. Informational purposes only from Ebony Veal. On July 10th, 2024, Inmate Boone, 2000-5623, had a conversation with senior CCO Godwin in B dorm. While I was exiting the unit from class, Inmate Boone stopped me and had questions about how she will be able to fill out her voter's ballot due to it being sent to Tampa and due to the legal mail being scanned in. Mrs. Godwin explained to her that voting by absentee ballot process and tried to give Inmate Boone the registration paper, but Inmate Boone refused to fill out the registration form. Inmate Boone then requested to speak to Captain D. Giovanni. She filled out an inmate request form regarding her issue with the voting process. On today, 7/15/24, a meeting was held with my supervisor, Miss Battles, and she confirmed that Inmate Boone will be able to vote. Inmate Boone must fill out the absentee ballot and put the appropriate address on it. Senior CCO Godwin will pass this information on to Inmate Boone today, 7/15/2024, and this is for informational purposes only. Sarah's right to vote. 7/15/2024 at 1:57 p.m. This is Yaresli Godwin. Yaresli Godwin. On 7/10/2024, inmate S. Boone submitted an IRF regarding a concern she was. Oh, learn how to read, Hio. Regarding a concern she has with receiving her absentee ballot since the OCJ moved to electronically receiving mail. On 7/15/2024, ISCCO Godwin advised inmate Boone that as long as she used P.O. Box 4970, Orlando, Florida 32802, address to receive her vote by mail ballot, she would receive it in hand, not electronically. I explained that her ballot will be delivered to the OCJ mailroom and forwarded to her to complete and return via the mailroom to the supervisor of elections office. Inmate Boone stated that she previously provided the Office of Elections the P.O. box, but was advised to fill out another absentee ballot request with the P.O. box address. Inmate Boone filled out the Orange County vote by mail request form and placed it in the self addressed envelope. She raised a concern that there was no postage on the self addressed envelope. Sarah, you raised a concern that there was no postage on a self addressed envelope, but was assured that her mail would be processed through a U.S. postage meter machine. The self addressed envelope containing her absentee ballot was placed in the inmate mailbox located in the FDC lobby at 1404 on 7/15/2024. Petty. Golly. Does anybody know the process on what the voting process is for inmates behind bars? Not in the prison system, because I believe your votes are stripped from you in the prison system, right? Your voting rights, but in the jail system, how that works. That might be something to study and look up on. I might need to do that. Okay, let's see. 7/16/2024, just the next day at 7:53 a.m. Negative officer contact with Lataria Lampkin. I should have read these names from the beginning. They're very interesting. Inmate Boone's bunk was checked by Corporal Danpat during her supervisory tour. Inmate Boone was in possession of 3 towels, 2 pillows, and 2 sheets. All extra items was confiscated. Inmate Boone has a medical note for an extra pillow that expired 2 years ago. Inmate Boone was counseled on her excessive items in her locker and advised to make sure all of her property fits in her one locker, and whatever doesn't needs to go to property. Inmate Boone understood. Negative earned. How many times have we heard them tell her to put her shit in her own freaking locker? Oh, but I understand. You understand for 5 minutes and then you go do it again. 7/22/2024, 11:32 a.m. Informational purposes. Devotional in touch. Okay. 7/24/2024. Razor returned intact. We're on to page 67 of 84. 8/5/2024. So now we're down into August. Devotional in touch. 8/6/2024 at 10:36 a.m. On 8/6, a laptop number CRN PAT 001 thumb drive discovery hard drive issued to inmate Boone Sarah. So this is after the court date when the judge, all of this discovery was issued to her and she was allowed to have the laptop and the thumb drive and all of her discovery for certain parts of the day. So that looks like at 10:36 a.m. on that day. And then at 4:13 p.m. on that day, on 8/6, a laptop, thumb drive, discovery hard drive was returned to FDC main control. So she had it that day from 10:36 a.m. to 4:13 p.m. Okay. 8/7/2024 at 8:30 a.m. Inmate Boone. She got the laptop, the USB, and discovery hard drive arrives in dorm. That was 8:30 in the morning. 8/7/2024 refused breakfast. 8/7/2024 at 6:11 p.m. Boone returned the laptop, USB, and drive at 1600 hours. 8/7/2024 at 10:22 p.m., inmate Boone, Sarah, was called out for an attorney visit in FDC B dorm. Inmate Boone stated, "No, I don't have an attorney. I had too many random people coming to see because of my case. I took the paperwork from the attorney and delivered the paperwork to inmate Boone." Hmm. Do we know what day she got Owen? Let's look this up. What day did Owen become Sarah Boone's lawyer? Sarah Boone's new lawyer appears in court. So it looks like around September. Let's see. Let's just see about this. Sarah Boone's new lawyer talks outside. Alleged Florida. Sarah Boone appeared in court on Tuesday with a new lawyer. So this was September the 3rd that was published. And September the 3rd, go back here. September the 3rd was a Tuesday. So that was the date. Okay. So she got him somewhere. Maybe that was the response to her lovely letter around September the 3rd. Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right. Let's go back here and listen to a little bit more of this over here.
I'm doing it again.
Okay, no, just keep on pumping. That's all you need to do for me. Keep on pumping his chest for me. I don't need you to stop and talk or anything. I just want you to count out loud for me, okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now, do you think she was really doing CPR? I've read a bunch of different comments on some other posts in a couple of different places on Reddit where they think that she was not physically doing CPR. Now, of course, Brian was outside. I wonder if he saw her doing CPR, although I've never heard it mentioned one way or the other. I wonder if she was really doing it.
13, 14, 15. This is nice.
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest. That's all you need to do for me, okay?
Yes. Come on, please. Hurry up.
Okay, ma'am, they're driving here as fast as they can. Okay, don't stop to say hurry up. Just keep on pumping and counting.
I'm still doing it while I'm talking to you, okay?
Okay.
Still doing it.
All right, just continue pumping his chest. Count on a second count with you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Please hurry.
Okay, ma'am, they're getting there as fast as they can, okay?
He's stiff and he's purple.
Okay. Keep pumping his chest for me, ma'am.
I'm still doing it, okay? Still doing it. Just don't make me count.
Right, okay, that's fine. You did a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's
Did she say
right,
don't? She say don't make me count?
Still doing it. Just don't make me count.
right.
I'm still doing it. Just don't make me count. What?
Still doing it. Just don't make me count.
Right, okay, that's fine. You did a good job. Just keep on doing it for me. That's all right. They're getting there as fast as they can, along with the sheriff's office also, okay?
Please.
Okay. Keep on pumping, ma'am. 1,
We were playing
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep on pumping for me, ma'am.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it, okay? We were playing hide and seek.
Okay.
Believe me, I'm doing it. I just don't see how she can have that much breath to say all of these things and has anybody done CPR? Do you know how much energy it takes to do that? That's why you breathe through it, not only for the counts, but you breathe through it so that you can keep your voice, you can keep your breathing level, but we were playing hide and seek. Like, that's the last thing on this operator's mind. It should be the last thing on yours. The man is laying there not breathing, stiff, purple, and in rigor mortis. We were playing hide and seek.
Pumping for me, ma'am.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm doing it, okay? We were playing
Okay.
hide and seek.
Okay. All right, I understand.
Do you?
All right, just
Because
keep
we
on
don't.
pumping for me, okay? Okay. All right, just keep on pumping for me, okay? Okay.
Don't understand what she said right there.
Please hurry. This
Right,
is
okay.
horrible. This is horrific. What happened? Like, what happened?
Okay, ma'am, just keep on pumping his chest for me, okay? They're in the parking lot. They should be up there shortly, okay?
This is horrific. What happened? What do you think happened? What do you think happened, you moron? Let's venture to guess. Okay. 8/7/2024. She said that she didn't have an attorney. Too many random people were coming to see her because of the case. Self-centered. Much. Okay. 8/8/2024. 12:11 a.m. Informational purposes from Courtney Cassius. Inmate Boone was advised at approximately 21:59 hours that she had an attorney visit. Inmate Boone requested to know who the attorney was, being that she has no attorney assigned to her. Inmate Boone stated that she does not feel comfortable visiting anyone that she doesn't know because crazy people have been reaching out and scheduling visits with her, claiming to be someone they're not. Inmate Boone was notified that the attorney's name was James Wazowski. Wazowski. Is that what, like Wazowski, Mike Wazowski? Like Mike Wazowski? James Wazowski? Wazowski. All right, whatever. However, due to inmate Boone attorney's departure, she began to remember who he was and became upset. Inmate Boone mentioned that she has met with him previously and that he traveled from Tallahassee just to meet with her. It was explained to Inmate Boone that we were not responsible for his departure. She was notified of his presence, and her delay in response resulted in his departure. Sergeant Moreno was made aware of this information. This is for documentation and informational purposes. Listen, bitch. So you didn't know who he was in the beginning. But then all of a sudden, after the lawyer leaves and gets ready to leave, all of a sudden you remember who he was and you were mad because he came all the way from Tallahassee just to meet with her. Is this one of those attorneys that responded to her after um, her wild little artsy thing that she put out advertising for an attorney? Could that have been the guy that got her off of these charges? And you ended up with Boone because you didn't want to go up front and you didn't want to see who it was and you were not comfortable visiting anyone that you don't know because crazy people. 11:40 2024 at 11:40 a.m. Boone received laptop at 08:15 hours. 08/2024 at 12:57 p.m. I spoke with inmate Boone, Sarah, about the items in her property. Inmate Boone stated she has everything she needed to properly represent herself. This entry is for informational purposes only. 8/8 of 2024 at 2:30 p.m. Inmate Boone returned the laptop, thumb drive, and hard drive to this officer at 14:25 hours. Items were returned to the control room. 8/8/2024 at 4:28 p.m., Inmate Boone turned in a request form attached with a letter for Captain Di Giovanni. Corporal Dan Pat received this letter and gave it to Sergeant De Jesus due to Captain Di Giovanni not being here. It will be given to her upon her return. Inmate Boone was made aware informational purposes. 8/9/2024 at 12:08 p.m., Sarah Boone received 3 USBs, laptop, and 2 boxes with discovery paperwork. On 8/9/2024 at 4:22 p.m., inmate Boone laptop Inmate Boone, laptop and 3 USBs have been returned to main control room by Sergeant Parson. On 8/10 of 2024, Inmate Boone received her laptop, 3 USBs, 1 hard drive, and a USB cord at 8:01 a.m. 8/10/2024 at 08:59, Inmate Boone exited for an interview. Exit for an interview. 8:10 p.m. at 4, my goodness, 8/10/2024 at 4:09 p.m. Inmate Boone returned all USB cords and laptop. 8/11/2024, 7:33 a.m. Inmate refused her breakfast tray. We haven't seen that in a minute. 8/11 at 8:17 a.m. received laptop with 3 USBs, 1 hard drive, and a USB cord. So these days she was busy. She was busy doing her thing. She was busy trying to get her stuff together for court. She wasn't represented quite yet. So 8/11/2024 at 4:07 p.m. I spoke with Inmate Boone about the items in her property. Inmate Boone stated she has everything she needed to properly represent herself. This entry is for informational purposes only. We're going to stop right there at 8:08. I was going to say, that's not where we were. How did that go out of order here? So this is about the property. Oh, apparently I don't know what I'm doing. She had an attorney visit 8/8. That's page 67. Page 68. She had everything she needed. Returned it. Request. Here we go. We've gone all the way through 8/11. So we're on page 69. 69. Okay, that's where we're going to end out for the day. And we are going to be on page 69 for the inmate behavior notes. It wasn't as comical today. It wasn't as happy with the 911 call. And not everything in this case can be comical or anything like that. I do strive to keep it lighthearted, because without some sort of lightheartedness, it's really hard to get through some of these cases. We are 6 minutes, 38 seconds through the 911 call. And then I would also, like I said, I would like to go through the Suitcase video to close out this series on part 6 tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. Leave me a comment down on the bottom. Answer some of these questions for me. I just don't know. Help me out. Let me know what kind of cases you want to cover next, what kind of documents we want to go through. Do we want to go through more Sarah Boone? Who do we want to cover next? And as always, thank you for hanging out with EO.
Oh.